News Now. I'm your host, Taylor Inman. We're going over the week's biggest headlines for Northwest Montana. This week, I wanted to showcase some of our feature stories, which focus on people in our community, arts, culture, and more. These stories have been shortened for brevity, so I also recommend checking out the full articles on our website, dailyinterlake.com. The Blasdel Barn, a large barn over 100 years old southeast of Kalispell, has had an uncertain future after years of deteriorating on U.S. Fish and Wildlife land. In the coming years, however, a generational family member hopes to find the funds to restore it. Shelbey Blasdel, granddaughter of Don Blasdel, whose family once owned the barn, is spearheading the effort. Born on January 2, 1934, Don is the only surviving member of the Blasdel family who lived at the property. Don's parents, Jesse and Ethel Blasdel, sold the property and barn to the Creston Fish and Wildlife Service in 1987, which has maintained ownership since. Built in 1908 by settler Frank W. Porter, the barn was such a design marvel that at the time Valley residents threw a party upon its completion, according to Daily Interlake Archives. The process of figuring out how to preserve or renovate has not been easy, according to Shelbey Blasdel, who started the nonprofit Blasdel Barn Reclamation to raise funds for the project. She said it could be a long project, but whether she gets the grants or not, it's going to continue moving forward. When she began the project, her dream was to create a community gathering spot. The large Lower Valley barn would have had a gift shop, massive entryway, a few overnight rental rooms, a restaurant, and an informational museum about the barn. The original plan was to return the barn's exterior to its original state while morphing the inside into something people can use. However, after a few months, Shelbey had to pivot after learning the barn, with its location on waterfowl protected land, means it cannot be maintained for regular foot traffic. Few commercial, recreational, and research activities are allowed on national wildlife refuges and require a special use permit. The land is set aside to conserve fish and wildlife and their habitats, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The barn sits within the Blazedale Waterfowl Protection Area along the North Summers Road, a 537-acre parcel in Summers. The barn is on the National Register for Historic Places. While a timeline and funding mechanism has yet to be decided, Shelbey is in the process of raising money, applying to grants, and more to accomplish the feat. She says that the project, which will be a complete restoration from its wood-slated windows to repairing the roof to painting the barn its original shade of red, could cost anywhere from $1.5 million to $6.6 million, but specifics are still being worked out. One grant that Shelbey is confident she'll receive is from the Montana Historical Society's State Historic Preservation Office. The Historical Society is providing grants between $20,000 and $100,000 to support preservation projects across the state. Although the funding mechanism is still yet to be determined, Shelbey is committed to seeing the project through. She launched the Blasdel Barn Reclamation nonprofit, which can be visited at blasdelhq.com to raise awareness about the threatened historical sites and raise money for the reclamation of the Blasdel Barn. A costly car repair can be the tipping point in a person's ability to have reliable transportation. Assurance Auto in Kalispell seeks to change that with a charitable mission to offer vehicle repairs to the public at a reduced cost. Chris O'Connell of Invana Media Partners, a local marketing firm representing Assurance Auto, said transportation is a huge driver in a person's ability to get to work, because mass transportation is more limited in the Flathead Valley versus a large city. Located at 1402 Airport Road, Assurance Auto's mission is to provide affordable auto repair, charging customers the cost of parts only. O'Connell said customers will get a bill that is at a reduced cost. If they are interested in giving more than what they are quoted, the rest goes back to support the business and their mission. No application or proof of income is required to have a vehicle repaired. The nonprofit auto shop, which opened in the summer, has 2 mechanics on staff. Behind the nonprofit venture is Big Fork real estate developer JCM Development, O'Connell said. She said it's a faith-based mission for the owner who wishes to remain anonymous. Currently, the shop is fundraising to purchase a hydraulic lift. In addition to monetary donations, people may also donate vehicles and usable auto parts in good condition. Not long ago, Assurance Auto's lead mechanic, Bobby Snide, purchased a used vehicle at a low price and purchased parts to fix it up so it could be donated to a person in need. For more information, visit assuranceautoshop.org. To schedule an appointment or arrange a donation, call Office Manager Megan Langford at 406-260-4428 or email info@assuranceautoshop.org. The office is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays. Habitat for Humanity's Flathead chapter has repurposed part of its Restore building for the production of prefabricated homes, boosting productivity and cutting costs. The big warehouse-like room that sits in the rear of the Restore previously featured donated appliances, but Executive Director Mary Beth Moran decided that the sheltered space removed from the cold Montana winters would be better used by volunteers working on future homes. Fitted with a donated industrial saw and large table, Moran says the room is purposed to construct walls in a comfortable, heated, and controlled environment. Volunteers have already used the room to frame the walls of a 3-bedroom, single-family home in Columbia Falls. She estimates the house will cost between $335,000 and $375,000, although it's still too early to say. The Northwest Community Land Trust owns the land underneath, further cutting the home cost. Habitat for Humanity projects also require homeowners to put in hours of sweat equity, meaning they must help build their own homes. The prefabricated walls will be trailered out to the site, but Moran said she will have to look for the help of a crane company to get them off the truck. She hopes eventually to invest in a tilt trailer that would slide them onto the ground. The named pre-production facility will also be used to store timber, which has not dropped in price since surging during the COVID-19 pandemic, according to Moran. Because of the added efficiency of building in an indoor space and stockpiling supplies, Moran estimates that $4,000 will be shaved off each home. Since Flathead Habitat's inception in 1989, Moran said the nonprofit was building 1 to 2 houses a year, but she is hoping to get it into the double digits. She said they can now build a house every 4 months. As an influx of volunteers, including those in the national organization's Caravanner program, join the ranks in the summer months, she hopes to keep the facility running while also building at the construction sites. Habitat Flathead runs volunteer builds on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday every week. Thanks for joining us. News Now is a podcast from the Daily Interlake. We're proud to be the largest independent newsroom in Montana and the longest continuously published paper in the region. Today's stories were written by Daily Interlake reporters Kate Heston, Hillary Matheson, and Jack Underhill. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode of the pod. Everybody stay safe and have a great week. Thanks to our sponsor, Lauren's Auto Repair, at 1309 U.S. Highway 2 in Kalispell. Most consistently rated 5-star shop serving the Kalispell area. Visit laurensauto.com.